Hey, welcome guys to the 18 module on how you can actually motion or calculate past seven figures. This is this 18 module, and we're gonna talk about frame, pitch codecs, and pain points. Next flicks, style, problem, isolation, just like the movie. Set the frame, set the agenda. Report building, casual. How are you doing today? Relationship building, small talk. We're going to sit together for 60 minutes today and we'll talk about one, what is your problem? Two is the potential solution. Three is the investment level. Always stay investment because an investment is something of value. A cost is something perceived as simply a cost of money leaving your bank account. XYZ, so let me give you a rundown of what we're going to cover today. I'd really like to get you as much as I help I really hope to get you, as much help as I possibly can, and I'd really like to get you as much help as I can possibly. Of course, we'll also be doing the first treatment today for you on the offer you came in on, but I really want to make sure before the end of today's consultation, we have crystal clear treatment plan for you to follow to be able to reach your skin goals. Sounds good? If you have notes on the prospect and listening to the calls, you can also tie that into setting the frame here. For example, Ryan was running me through how your biggest concern is your turkey neck, and you've considered lipo a few months back. So I definitely want to learn more about that. Two is booking the belief. Diagram overview. Evan Highland. LLN is red or left side. Evan Highland is green or right side. Your solution is the central bridge from hell to heaven, from L to the actual heaven. And other option or diverging path done with you competition, etc. And the shark is the actual objection in the water. Step Fainal, even Iceland clearly. Two, destroy other optional option. Harpoon the shark clearly shows your treatment is the safest, strongest, and fastest. Oh, pain problem kind of question. Okay, great. So probably best to start. I guess what you would you say right now is concerning you most about your skin. Is it sagging, scaring, wrinkles? I mean, give me a rundown and we'll take it from there. Solution. Okay, what are you currently doing to help with X concerning if anything? Background information. Okay, we'll circle back to that. Let's just give me some background context here. 3 or 4 background question, briefly touch over if already convert on intro. So X is your main concern in what area specifically? How long has it been a concern for you? Ask more follow-up question based on their answer. Let's say maybe why, something like that. Tell online. What are you doing now to prevent problems or at least slow it down? Any Botox, facial, or specific skincare routine? If using other treatments, has it helped with problem XYZ? Why now? You said this has been a concern for X amount of years or maybe months. So what made you want to consider other treatment potential solution now instead of then? I guess what changed now and since? This is where you create the cost of inaction. Past solution. So okay, so we're gonna go back to the time you were being concerned for that amount of time. And so what have you tried in the past to solve it? Spend a lot of time. Your treatment needs to be simultaneous result, and the reason why everything else they've shown in the past has failed and why your solution is different. Digging into the actual pain. So this is the shovel, and you're basically just digging into the dirt. Do you mind if I ask you a personal question? Wait for yes. You said XYZ has been affecting you for X amount of years. So now I'm curious to know, do you feel as if it is affecting you personally when it comes to self-confidence at all? Get into doubt. Not 100% necessary unless you sense they're not into the buying frame and they actually change tone from they're basically more like getting back to it and more like in I'm doing it. I'm actually committing. And you'll see when once the patient actually want to buy, you'll see like their tone is gonna change. What's been like keeping you from taking matters into your own hands? Like why not? I don't know. Just get a bunch of creams from the doctors and see if I can help you with it. Was the problem? Goal here is to get them to verbalize and admit that it will take unnecessary time and resources to do anything but use your treatment. Desire and finding goals. So ultimately, if you're able to get up, well, XYZ, what's the goal? Like, is it just to feel and look a little younger? Is there something else? Partner and spouse. What does your husband think of you getting help with XYZ? Is he supportive? Does he knows you are at these appointments? What would he think if he did now, or she did now? Transition into pitching. Look, I feel like I have any more question. Is there anything else that you feel like we haven't covered that I need to know now? Or maybe something else that you maybe want to get and ask me? Well, XYZ, based on what you told me previously, we can definitely help you with XYZ. And you seem like someone who knows what they want and is driven to make a change, which is great because our best clients are the ones that are willing to come into the process. Double them with a positive, attribute we can leverage faster and later. That said, where do you think we should go from there? I can walk you through the entire process of A to Z of how we would help you to get to XYZ outcome if would you like, but tell me where you want to go. The pitch codex should be like basically touching the case study stories you they maybe want to see, a personal stories, and then later on the actual onboarding. So you process the investment with me. Once we take care of that, what we do is we take your initial document photos, set you some homework for your using skincare product, and get your first shipment in the program booked. Ideally for some time this week. Then from there we're ready to rock and roll. Does that sound good? And then the investment for the entire program to get you to high level outcome, XYZ losing maybe 30 pounds is just XYZ, let's say $500 or 3K, whatever kind of like package you're charging, and just shut up. Don't talk, making process, make them think. Because if you actually tell them why it's worded that way, most of the time you won't feel professional at all because you need to make sure that you are confident in your product. And I think as a salesman and as a guy who runs a clinic, I think we both know, or maybe you running a clinic, I think we all understand that when you actually tell somebody the price, you just don't want to have some discount offers, so you just basically pitch it and then wait for the reaction. There's also financing option you could do with it, so that's not a worry about that. That's more worry about them actually losing the weight. As always, thank you guys for listening to the video about how we can actually put the Netflix style problem isolation on, building report, actually building the bridge, finding them actually dream outcome, finding their pain points, actually getting a solution, their background, actually asking their spouse, building a bridge, and actually getting the pitch codex on what they need to work on, etc. And then actually pitching the price to get them clients. So that is like just a brief overview on sales. On the actual Netflix style isolation, this is the one we actually use to close clients for our clinics owners, where we actually help them with a closer that's gonna take all of the deals. As always, thank you guys for listening to the video, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.